Hey, what's up guys? Justin here. Welcome back to the channel. So there are three areas of innovation that I want to talk about today because Tesla is at the forefront of all three of these major areas of innovation. Now, a lot of the information in this video that I'm going to talk about, I received from watching presentations and reading reports by ARK Investment Group. And reading these reports was really eye-opening for me. And so I wanted to make this video so you can better understand what is going on here and what these major areas of innovation are. So let's take a look at this graph from ARK Invest that shows the major innovation platforms that have shaped the world over the past 200 plus years. The x-axis is the timeline and the y-axis shows the impact of these innovations on economic activity. So you can see that we have things such as the steam engine, railways, the telephone, the automobile, and then also electricity, which was huge. And then more recently, you can see that computers and the internet came along and really added a lot of economic activity. But what's really interesting about this graph is that you can see some of these innovative technologies cause negative economic activity at the very beginning. And you might be wondering how that makes any sense, but it's not too complicated. And I will tie Tesla into this in just one moment, so stick with me here. But some innovative technology takes a lot of research and development before it becomes economically viable. Take, for example, computers. The first computers were massive and cost a lot of money. And it took many years for computers to become cheap enough for people to actually be able to afford them. But now we carry smartphones in our pockets that are 10 times more powerful than those first computers at a fraction of the size. So as an investor, I refer to this phenomenon as a growth trap, because while computers eventually became very profitable, there was a period of time where they were not economically viable. And when we look at this chart, we can see right around the 2010 to 2015 timeframe that a lot of these new innovative technologies that Tesla is currently developing resulted in negative economic activity. And we can see this also by looking at Tesla's chart. From 2013 to 2019, Tesla traded relatively flat. That's because they were investing heavily into these innovative platforms and losing billions of dollars doing so, which doesn't sound like a great investment. But now we are seeing Tesla's investments in these innovation platforms pay off. Tesla has posted 3 straight quarters of profit, and it looks like a lot of these innovation platforms are ready for the marketplace, which will propel Tesla stock higher over the next decade. So let's get into the 3 areas of innovation that Tesla is capitalizing on right now. The first is energy storage, which is basically battery technology. Tesla uses batteries for their electric vehicles, but also develops industrial-sized batteries for storage of electricity. If we focus on Tesla's car batteries, we can see that Tesla has a huge advantage over other car manufacturers. In fact, it is estimated that Tesla is 3 to 4 years ahead of other auto manufacturers when it comes to battery technology, both in terms of performance and, more importantly, cost. And cost is very important because currently batteries make up 50% of an EV's cost. So having cheaper batteries will put Tesla at a huge advantage over other car manufacturers when electric vehicle sales really start taking off. One way Tesla is reducing the cost of its batteries is by building multiple gigafactories around the world. In fact, if we look back a couple of years to 2018, Tesla's original gigafactory, the Gigafactory 1, which is located in Nevada, produced 22 gigawatt hours of lithium-ion batteries, which made it the largest lithium-ion plant in the world at the time. And this large-scale production directly reduces the cost of the batteries through a number of ways, including economies of scale, where the more batteries you produce, the cheaper they become, and also through reduction of waste and simply locating most of the manufacturing all under one roof. Tesla also has its Battery Day for investors coming up soon, where they will reveal a lot of breakthroughs in their battery technology, including the first 1 million mile battery and batteries with higher ranges, over 400 miles per charge. The other benefit of the gigafactories that Tesla is building is that it gives them enough battery production capacity to actually meet demand for EVs in the future. For example, in order to manufacture 21 million electric vehicles each year, which is the expected number of EVs that will be sold by 2023, you would need to manufacture 1,000 gigawatt hours of batteries. So as electric vehicle adoption begins to trend up, having the ability to produce enough batteries will be critical to selling enough electric vehicles. But what most people don't understand is that batteries are not only needed for electric vehicles, but also for renewable energy technology, such as solar and wind. And with the cost of renewable energy technology such as solar panels continuing to decline, electricity generated from renewable sources is starting to compete with electricity generated from fossil fuels. However, as more and more people adopt these renewable energy products, the biggest problem is that you need to have a battery. Large coal power plants can run 24/7, but the sun doesn't shine at night. So anybody relying on renewable energy from solar panels, for example, needs to have a battery to store the excess energy during the day. Also, as more people buy electric vehicles, more people will be incentivized to add solar panels to their roofs, since they can now charge their vehicles from their home. So having enough production capacity to meet demand for energy storage solutions in the future will be key to staying competitive in the marketplace and growing as a company. Now, the next innovation platform that Tesla is taking advantage of is artificial intelligence, or AI. And I covered this in my last video, but Tesla is the only car manufacturer right now that also manufactures their own chips. This has allowed Tesla to gain a large lead over other car manufacturers, with some estimates putting them 6 years ahead of Toyota when it comes to self-driving technology. This is similar to what Apple did years ago when they decided to design their own custom processors for the iPhone. And now Apple has the most advanced processors of any phone on the market today. Also for Tesla, putting the chips in their cars now means that they can collect real-world data and use that data to improve their self-driving software. In fact, Tesla currently has 3 times the magnitude of real-world data than their next closest competitor, Google's Waymo. But it's not only the advanced chips that Tesla uses that gives them an advantage, but also the strategy that Tesla is using. Most other self-driving cars use expensive LiDAR sensors that, on top of being very expensive, also require a lot of power. The best LiDAR sensors can cost between $8,000 on the low end and go all the way up to $80,000. But for Tesla, the secret to their self-driving cars does not lie in expensive sensors, but rather high-definition cameras that rely on visual recognition software. This software can already identify common traffic signs, other vehicles, and lane lines. And it's growing smarter every day as new data is being used to help the software learn new things. And even though this path is harder and will take longer than relying on expensive LiDAR sensors, Elon believes this is the only way to truly make self-driving cars a reality. And Ark notes that in the same way software has taken much more of the profit than hardware has in the PC market, for example, Tesla's self-driving software could result in more profits for the company than sales of their electric vehicles one day. And Ark even states that as autonomous driving software really takes off, that sales of personal vehicles will also start to decline, since you will be able to summon a car from your phone whenever you like, and the cost will be more affordable than owning and maintaining a personal vehicle. So this is a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity that is just getting started. In fact, Elon has said that full self-driving software will cost upwards of $100,000 to buy when it is fully operational. So by buying Tesla stock today, you can take advantage of the huge untapped potential of this market. Now, I do have to caution you because self-driving software does present a potential growth trap for investors. What I mean is that while self-driving software might turn Tesla into a trillion-dollar stock one day, it is not going to happen overnight. So you don't need to put all your money into Tesla stock right now to take advantage of this. But long term, this alone will enable Tesla to become far bigger than any other car manufacturer in the world. That is, if it's successful and they can actually pull it off. Although I guess Tesla already is the most valuable car maker in the world, so maybe it's worked out well for them regardless if it actually works out in the end. Okay, the third innovation platform that Tesla is riding is robotics, more specifically automation. And this is one that not a lot of people know about when it comes to Tesla. But Elon has quietly been working on implementing unprecedented levels of automation into their gigafactories in order to be able to meet the demand for electric vehicles in the future. Now, automation can help a company's bottom line tremendously and help speed up production and increase profit margins. But it also is a double-edged sword. And for Tesla, it almost resulted in them going bankrupt back in 2018. In fact, Musk tried to automate the entire Model 3 production despite other automakers saying it was impossible, or at least extremely difficult to do. And Musk found out the hard way that they were probably right. This is because the final assembly of any vehicle is very tedious and is not easily done by a robot. This led to quality issues and delays that almost sunk the Model 3. But Tesla has learned a lot since then and is continuing to improve the robots they use, and automation is a big goal of Elon's. In fact, ARK Invest shows that if Elon achieves his goals for automation at the Fremont facility, then the production at that facility alone could reach 1 million units a year without any increase in human workers. This would make Tesla 3 times more efficient than any other automaker in the world. And ARK believes this could be possible based on Tesla's vertically integrated business model. But for me, I think this innovation platform will be the hardest for Tesla to master. And so I think it's best not to focus too much on it when analyzing Tesla stock. But put together, all 3 of these innovation platforms means that Tesla could easily become a trillion-dollar company, or even a multiple trillion-dollar company, if they are able to capitalize on each of these innovation platforms. So if you guys want to see some other videos I've made on Tesla stock, you can click one of those now. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that, and also hit the like button because obviously you like the video enough if you are still watching. And with that, guys, I'll see you in the next one.